Well, hi there. Well, for the last few days and perhaps a week ago and until now, I have a lot of Zoom meeting with some friends, associates, and the people that I work with. And one of the common things or common questions that we ask ourselves during this moment are the things that we do during this MCO, which means during this movement control order time. So a lot of people are having a lot of changes in their life. A lot of people are having a lot of things that are not normal to them. But the thing that we share in common are boredom, or perhaps we have too much time nowadays. So here are the five things that I would like to share with you that I'm doing it, and as well as some of these points has been taken from some friends. So anyway, all of them I'm actually doing it, and I'm encouraging you to look at it and see if it resonates with you. All right. So the first thing that I would recommend is read. So reading is very important. So as much as gaining the knowledge. Okay. So basically, let's look at what is the most important thing to read. So it depends on you. Some people would read things that they are more for their job, for them to improve their job. Some of them are just catching up their own novels. So these are the good things that you can do to pass your time. So but if you are in a professional line, you may want to find out more. You may want to read articles that relates to your job, that can actually enhance your understanding of your job. Why is it important to do this, and why is it done this way, and so on. So it's very good to the time to gain more knowledge rather than working skill. You can't be working right now, but you can acquire the knowledge through reading. Find out more about your job, how much more you need to know to be at your level or your best level or the level above you today. So like for example, if you are reading, if you like to be a manager someday, if you're not a manager or wants to be a manager, find out what consists the material of being a manager. Find out how to be a manager. What does manager do? What is their role? So these are some of the examples that I'll give. Okay, so let's move on to the second one. It's more for our mind. So basically, I would also recommend you to play games, but not outside, not necessarily a physical game, but play strategic games. You see, hear me right. Play games, but play strategic games. So strategic games are things that will actually exercise your brain a lot, make you think, make you plan, okay, make you organize certain things. So some of the strategic things, games that I would highly recommend are playing chess. All right, but if you find it boring, maybe you can try Sudoku. Huh? Okay, so these are all strategic games, and some of the games require you to plan a lot. Let's say you're playing the F1, so you need to plan for what you need to fix on your vehicle, okay, and what kind of condition is the racetrack. So you need to play along with that and also look into what are your competitors doing. So these are all strategic games. So if you're alone, I would suggest you play Sudokus. You can get it online for free, so it's not a problem. So you can actually start with the easy game or maybe first understand the game. All right. So that's game. Second is very interesting, is to write. So some of you may have the inclination to write, and this is the right time for you to write because you have all the time. So start writing. Maybe you can write on things that interest you. You write a book, write an article, publish an article, or maybe write a book about your job, the areas that you are good at, and don't undermine yourself. You could be able to write something that people do not know at all. So writing is one of the good things to do. You can actually express yourself that way. So you don't get that bored, right? So as of right now. Okay, now the next thing is perhaps what is important is to get in touch with people. So start calling people, start calling your friends. You don't have to visit them, right? You can call them, talk to them, chat to them, meet them in Zoom, or perhaps you just text them and ask them, have a conversation, talk to them, get in touch with them. Some of you are in business, perhaps you may want to get in touch with your customers. Talk to your customer, ask how they are, what are they doing right now, have a casual conversation. I believe most of the time it's all about business, but how about this time just change it into some casual conversation, get in touch with them. When situation settles, you will be back on track with them again. All right, so that's the fourth one. And my final one is to make sure that you are able to reflect. So you see, we need to have gratitude in our life. We need to thank the things that we have. Now, despite the situation that we are in lockdown and business are bad, we are not moving forward as much as we expect to. However, there are also good news that actually we are receiving from this situation. One of them is to learn how to relax, to learn how to bring down our pace for a little while, to learn how to do things that we wanted to do, but we didn't. But some of you maybe wants to learn how to fish or cook. So this is the time. This is the time that you can do at home. But fishing, I'm not so sure about fishing, but that could not be a good idea right now. Okay, correct it. Okay, and then the next thing is and maybe other things that you can reflect is also on your mistakes in the past. What have you done, and you may want to know that it shouldn't be repeated. How do you do that? All right, so perhaps that could be something interesting. And also prepare yourself. By reflecting, you can prepare yourself. What's next for you? What were you going to do right after this, right after the MCO, and how are you going to spring back? All right, so that's pretty much about what I can share with you. I hope you do understand what I'm talking about. But anyway, I do have some summary over here to summarize. See, the first one is to read. If you can't recall what I said, to read. The second is to play some games, some strategic games that fire neurons in your mind. And then write if you have time, or you should have. All right, some of you are inspired to write, and if you are not even inspired to write, maybe it's time to try something new. Okay, call your friends, call your customer, call the supplier, call everyone, or at least message them and have a conversation beyond just the point of how are you, fine, period. Now you go further, talk to them, get deeper. Okay, get in touch with people. This is the best time, because we have not been in touch with people ever since the digital age came to our life, right? And then of course you reflect gratitude, look at the things that the good things that you have done, the good things that came to you even at this time. All right, and then prepare yourself for the future. It could be very soon. I don't know, maybe a couple of months time or a couple of weeks time. If things are doing well, you are prepared to get back into business. All right, so my last advice, #stay at home. All right, okay, I'll see you again. Bye bye.